So this is the season for receiving tax documents. My habit is to print them out and put them in a file folder so that when it comes time to do my taxes, I can pull that out and provide it to my CPA along with all the other stuff. Well, I got one, let's see, this came in today, didn't it? Yeah, it came in early this morning, and it's broken. It doesn't work right. And so I poked around a little bit, felt a little frustrated, and I occasionally have clients ask me after I help them with a problem, they say, how do people who don't have somebody like you in their life deal with this stuff? Because it just, website designers and vendors just sometimes don't do this stuff very well. So, I'm going to have to make a thumbnail for this. So the YouTube gurus say that you should express emotion in YouTube thumbnails. So here, let's see if I can do this for the thumbnail. I don't know. So I'm going to show you what I got faced with today, and I'm showing you the email account on my second computer, and I'll go here to Kaiser Permanente. That's the one. Now there's another one here from Charles Schwab. I think I'll do that on a separate video because that one works right. But here, when I go into this Kaiser Permanente, now let's see, I'm going to blur the screen when I click on this email because I'm not certain if it shows any, personally identifiable information. No, it doesn't. So I can show you this. Important tax return document available. Hello, Douglas. Your updated proof of coverage 1095B tax form is ready. Sign on to view and download your proof of coverage 1095B tax form. You'll be able to easily access the form for up to 2 years. Now, when I float the mouse over this, in the bottom left corner, there's a little tiny address thing that shows up. I'm going to move the mouse off of that and back on it. You can kind of see that kind of blinking down there in the bottom left corner. And that is the URL code that clicking on that is going to launch. And I think that's probably the same code as this big blue button that says view your document. So that code down in the bottom left corner ends with CMCC, and if I float the mouse over this, that also ends with CMCC, and that's proof to me that either one of these clicks is going to take me to the same place. So I'll click on that. I'm going to blur the screen when I click on it, just in case it comes up with some private information. Update your health records, and no, that all looks fine. And so I'm going to show you this. Update your health record access. Kaiser Permanente is expanding the type of health information available to you online. Anyone who has access to your health record through Anyone who has access to your health record through Act for a family member may also be able to view this expanded information unless you make changes. Update your Act for a family member preferences if you want to change who can view your health record. To protect your information, never share your password. So that phrase in there, Act for a family member, it was kind of hard reading through that because those 5 words are a feature, you might say, of their system. So update your Act for a family member preferences. I guess, I don't know, what word is, those 5 words together, does that form a feature? A noun? Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, there's an OK button. And then down here it says user profile error. Now keep in mind, I'm expecting to be getting to that tax document. I'll click OK here and see what happens. And now there's this user profile error. Now when I clicked in here this morning, I don't recall seeing that user profile error. I think that's new. Is it clickable? It doesn't even appear to be clickable. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. It hasn't given me any prompt for a login. So here's a profile, what do we call it? Avatar, I guess you might say, over here. And here's a little down arrow. And typically what that means is this down arrow should give me a menu related to my account. How do you know that if you're not a computer person? Badly designed, badly designed. So I'm going to click on that drop down and see what that gives us. Profile and preferences, my documents, Spanish, sign out. I don't recall any kind of a sign in. What if I click on this profile icon? It's the same thing. Well, let's see what happens if I go to my documents, because remember I'm trying to get to a document here, right? So we're going to blur that again. Click on my documents, see where it goes. Aha! So this does get me to a sign-in screen. It has my user ID and the password kind of, well, you know what, I'm gonna do a quick blur on this. This is one of the things that I have my channel set up to do, to where I can provide free computer support for people and be able to blur out elements on the screen so that we don't give away private information. And I'm waiting for this menu option that you can't see right now to respond. Let's see, I guess I can show you a little bit of what I'm doing here, can't I, by switching to that other camera. Boy, this is going really slow for some reason. I'm gonna shut down some background programs here, and maybe that'll help speed things up a bit. What else is open? Anything else open? Yeah. Google Chrome, that's a big memory hog. So maybe it'll run better now. There, I got my two screens where I can create a blur. So I want to set up a single blur item on the image that I have on that computer, because it's got my username and my password, and I don't want to be showing that to the internet. So I'll move this little blur thing right over there, and right over, drag this corner down here, and then I'll click over here to push that live, and that makes that visible to you. So now you can see the screen that I'm looking at is sign-in screen. It's got my user ID and my password shown in dots, and it's waiting for me to click sign in. So I'll click on that. Then I'm going to blur the entire screen so that I don't show something else that I shouldn't be showing. And so that has taken me to a screen that I'm scrolling through it to see if there's anything private, personally revealing here. No, there's not. So I'm going to show you that screen. And there's a place here for all documents and go paperless. And oh, up here in the profile area, see, now it does show my name. So this is indicating that I am indeed signed on. Now that I'm signed on as myself, what happens if I go back to this email and then click on that button? Will it work right then? So let's click on that. We'll blur the screen again. Well, that's actually changing to a different camera view. I was expecting that to blur the screen. That's weird. Okay, but anyway, yes, that takes me back to here. And this looks better because it actually has my name, so it indicates that I am logged in. But has it taken me to that document yet? No. There's a notification. You have unread email, or unread email, it says. Yeah, that's through their system. So doesn't it make sense that that would be the document that I'm expecting to see now? Well, let's find out. Now, why is that one blur not working? Let's try clicking on it this way. No, it still doesn't work. Huh. All right. So we'll just go with this for the blur. So anyway, I'm going to click on this Read It Now link that you just saw and see if that takes me to that tax document. I do not think that it will. So it gets me into a message center and I see some emails. Is there anything here that's private? No. So I'm going to show you that. And let's go to the screen. Yeah, it shows that right. So here's this message center. I'm going to come down here in the message center and there's a message from December 14th. That's certainly not that tax notice. Inbox shows one message and I see 3 messages here, but this one's kind of bolded. So that's implying I haven't looked into that one yet, right? So I'm going to blur that screen again by going to that other camera and click on that referral notification and see here that they want to refer me for a test, and I have subsequently declined to do that. We don't need to get into the reasoning for that. But anyway, that's why it was telling me that I had one message waiting, so I still have not found that tax document. So what's up? What's up, Kaiser? This is just totally broken. So I'm going to go look around and see if I can find that message. I've got an idea where it might be. Let's see. It could be medical record. Kind of don't think so. Message center. No, we've already looked there. Health and wellness. No, that doesn't seem right. Let me look at this drop-down menu. I'm going to have to blur that screen and see. Okay, well, that maybe I can show you that. So this drop down menu has an option for profile and preferences and my documents. Documents sounds right. Still waiting for that to come live on your screen. Okay, so here's documents. So this menu button here, it's pointed down when I can click on it to do the drop down menu. When I click on it, then it changes to an upward orientation, and then I can go to my documents. I'm going to switch my video recording interface to try to give me quicker responses. So let's try this blur again. No, that doesn't work. I'm going to try going back to the camera, then back to the blur. Still doesn't do that. Okay, so I'll go to my documents. And let's see what this gives us. All documents. Yeah, okay. So this looks interesting. It's going to be what we're looking for. So I'm going to show you this. So we get into my documents, and down here it says all documents, 34, and then there's documents for billing. There's documents related to clinical, which is 0, coverage and benefits and estimates. Okay, but if I just scroll down here, here's one for January 27th, 2021. It's the MEC, a tax form that serves as proof that you and anyone enrolled as a dependent on your Kaiser Permanente plan had a basic level of health coverage in the prior year. So that's the one I want. So how do I get it? Here's this little green thing over here. And what does that do? There's no pop-up to tell me what that does. Over here, if I flip the mouse over this MEC, that has a finger, so that's clickable, and PDF is clickable, but anywhere else out here is not clickable. So I'm going to float over that. I'm going to switch to the other camera and I'll click on the MEC. And what happened? I just clicked on it and the screen flashed, but nothing appeared to happen. Well, it did, but if you don't know what to look for, then you don't know. Look down here in the bottom left. It actually downloaded into the downloads folder, but there was no message telling you that, right? How do people that aren't, pretty well versed in computers know this? If you know that, how do you know that clicking on that is going to download it, and then you have to go to your downloads? And different browsers may do this differently. So I'm going to go down and click on this, switch to the other camera, and it says opening MEC. So now that opened it into a folder here. It just opened my downloads folder. Okay. Now, if you don't happen to recognize or realize that the one that was just downloaded is highlighted, you might not know what to do with this. So now I'm going to double click on that to open it. Oh, and here's a problem. Oh, here's another problem, Kaiser. You messed this up. It should be mec.pdf, but they didn't put an extension on that file. So your computer doesn't know how to open it. So you double click on that file, then your computer asks, how do you want to open this file? If you don't know that that should be an Adobe Acrobat PDF file, how would you know that this is the right thing to click on? So I'll click on that. I could have double clicked on it, but I clicked on it once, and then I'll click the OK button. This is just totally disastrous on Kaiser's part for their design of delivering this document. Okay, so there is some little bit of private information here. Not a lot. There is down there. Okay, well, you know what? You can see this from a distance, on that camera you're looking at. So it just has my name and address here. Your IRS 1095B health coverage statement. It's got a few paragraphs of information there. When I scroll down here, there's an intentionally blank page, and then here's the actual document that I would file with my tax returns showing that I had health coverage. So that's the document that I need, and I need to print. So the next task there is to go ahead and print it. Now, it so happens I don't have this computer set up to print to my printer, so I'm not actually going to print it. Of course, another way I could deal with it is to save it into a folder on my computer. And that would be acceptable to do. So there should be a diskette, some kind of function to save this or download it. Where is it? Oh, here's a diskette over here, but it's kind of grayed out. I'll click on that. Nothing happens. I can't do anything with it. So this isn't giving me a place to do it. I'll try right-clicking on that, and I've got an option for print. I don't have an option for saving it. So I'm going to go back one level. I'm going to close this Adobe Acrobat file, and that gets me to this MEC. Well, now that's interesting. Now it has an indication that it is a PDF file. I can show you that. See, now it has the icon for PDF, and it's showing PDF right here. But it still doesn't look like it actually has an extension of PDF. Curious. All right. So I'm going to right-click on that and see if I can cut it. No, I'm still in Adobe Acrobat. So it's just showing me this as a recent file. So I'm going to close Adobe Acrobat and go back to this level, the File Manager, and right-click on it. I'm going to cut it from here, and then I'm going to maneuver to a folder where I want to store it. Now I got to consider what I can show here. I'm going to click onto my OneDrive folder, and then let's see, what did I do? I think I use accounting. Does this have, I don't see anything private in there. Tax returns, and yeah, that looks all okay. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that stuff. So over here I clicked on OneDrive, and it's got an X there apparently because there's something inside that folder that it's not able to synchronize. Double click on accounting, and that gets me into here, and then I'll go into tax returns. This is where I want to store that document. As I scroll here through here, here's something that has a red X. It's that document is not synchronizing properly. Does it actually give me a floating window for saying that? Does not. Anyway, I'm going to come out here into the blank area, right click, and choose paste. And that should, here, it puts that MEC file there. It still does not have a extension on it, so I'm going to rename it. I just single clicked on that file so it's highlighted, and then type 2020 for the year, and then what? Proof of medical coverage. I could put the actual that tax document ID number, but I don't need that. So when I press enter on that, now if I go find that 2020, here's that 2020 right here, proof of medical coverage. I want to put a PDF on it, so I'm gonna I clicked on it to highlight it, then I'll click on it again, press the right arrow key, period, PDF, enter. So now we see a PDF icon there, Adobe Acrobat, so my computer knows how to open this document because I put that extension on it. So there's some other 2020 documents there. So basically by the time it comes around to time to file my taxes or to give the documents to my CPA, I can go find everything in that folder that has 2020 and print it out. Or I can take this file folder that I have in a filing cabinet that I label it as their income tax 2020. So as I receive documents in the mail or when I print them out, I'll put them into that folder so that I know those need to be included with my tax documents. So this video has just been kind of a tutorial. It's not the normal kind of video that I want to have on my channel. The normal kind of video I want to have on my channel is where I'm helping people with computer issues. So the way I have that set up is that you can connect with me through Zoom, and so we can see each other face to face, and I can connect remotely to your computer. I can help you through whatever computer needs that you have, and that is free. It's free because we're recording that session onto a YouTube video so that I can put it on my channel and show it to other people. So you have to be willing to be a guest, essentially, on my YouTube channel. And as you've seen, I'm very conscientious about blurring things to protect your privacy. So if you'd like to do that, the way to do it is send me an email to the address that's on your screen right now, DougBetts at LiveWindowsTraining.com. Give me an idea in the email what you want help with. I'm a professional computer consultant for somewhere around 30 years. So there's a wide range of things that I can help you with related to the Windows computer environment. Yes, you see that I have an Apple computer as well, but I have way more Windows computers than I have Apple. So if you'd like help, reach out to me. I hope this video was useful to you. Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.